Hello and welcome to this week's Monday Night Conversation. My name is Annika and I'm the founder here at Mummy Made This, a company I founded back in 2020 to inspire creative play in children and help parents that are on this crazy journey that's all about raising the next generation of little people and helping them to thrive and grow and just be happy, I guess. So today I want to talk to you about finding time to fill your own cup. My husband always laughs at me and tells me no one knows what I mean when I say that. It comes from the saying you can't pour from an empty cup. So what I mean by fill your own cup is the ways that you find to recharge your batteries, re-energize yourself, and make yourself feel good and allow yourself therefore then to be in your happy place and present and be able to then in turn be there for your children and care for them. I think for some people that's really hard, and it was hard probably before they even had kids, but then when you become a parent, I think it's just that it's a whole new level of hard to try and figure out how to be there for your kids and care for them and care for your own needs of being able to do something nice just for yourself. And I think the reason why it's so hard to do when you have kids is because their needs are, sometimes it feels like, all encompassing. They are urgent, they are never ending, they are unpredictable, and also often seemingly constant, certainly when they're very, very little. As they get older, that changes obviously bit by bit, but certainly I remember when my little man, my oldest, he's 9 now, I remember sitting on the sofa when he was a newborn and wondering how on earth am I going to juggle his needs that seem so, just so many of them all the time, with my needs of just even having a hot shower or a hot cup of coffee. Both those things seemed like a distant memory at the time. How am I going to juggle both those things so that he gets his needs met, but I find a balance to make me able to function and stay in my happy place. I think it feels sometimes, or used to certainly feel, like an impossible task, especially when I was sleep deprived, and I felt like their needs were never ending. And then when I had then 2 and 3 children, and then they wouldn't obviously time their needs to be able to be dealt with in one go, but it would be never ending from when I thought, oh, I'm finally done now, I'm all in bed, this is good, I can sit down and just have a cup of tea. Then somebody would wake up again and it would just go on and on and on. So yeah, I think all parents get it and realize that it's really hard, or it can be really hard, especially when they're really young. And how on earth do you fit into that reality time for yourself to just recharge and take just 5 minutes for yourself? I wanted to be able to do this, and I wanted to find a way to be able to do that in a sustainable way. And I realized, though, obviously, the more I spoke to other parents, the more I realized that they had a very similar problem. I think I realized as well, the problem is the same whether you're a stay-at-home parent or whether you're a working parent. It's just different challenges. I certainly went back to my corporate career when my oldest was really little, and juggled my career with being a mom, and that I could never find the balance. While I was doing that, I couldn't get it right. I felt like he wasn't getting any of his needs met and I wasn't getting any of mine. And yeah, so that didn't work for me. Equally, then I was a stay-at-home mom for a short while, full time, and that didn't work for me either, because I felt there was none of me left somehow. So I've been, I guess, like all parents, presumably, going through that journey of figuring out, well, how do you find that balance, not just in the day to day, but also in the bigger life questions. And I've ended up obviously setting up my business around my family, and I've been really lucky to be able to do that. And I found that actually gives me a better balance for me and for my situation. And obviously, I get that that's completely unique to everybody, and that's different for every person. So I realized, as I said, more and more that guess every parent struggles with this, to try and find that balance. And that is really where setting up my business came from that realization that there must be a way to be able to build that 5 minutes piece for yourself into the everyday, that helps connect with your kids and play with them, and something that helps you find as a parent your own happy place, that you can focus on raising a happy family and resilient little people that are secure in themselves and enjoy life, but equally something, a tool or something that you can set up quickly, that's practical, that doesn't take up too much space, that doesn't, isn't bad for the environment, that is minimal fuss, something that engages your child and their sense of creative play, but that allows you as a parent to sit down and have that 5 minutes piece when you need it, not necessarily when the children are able to give it to you. That's, as many of you know, that's sort of the story behind the play tablecloth, the first product that I built. Mummy Made This, my business, around, and the additional products of the doodle cloth and also the bedroll and things. They're all built around that same idea as you know, about inspiring creative play in children, but also helping parents have that 5 minutes peace and figuring out that balance of their own needs and those needs of their kids. But obviously that's sort of products, that's fine. There are lots and lots of other ways to build in 5 minutes peace for you as a person in the everyday, and to balance yourself and the needs of your children, and fill your own cup. And I've put together a list of my favorite things to do, and I will publish that obviously on the blog later on in the week as well. I'd love to hear from you as well. So do drop me an email at annika@mummymadethis.co.uk and share with me all the ways that you fill up your own cup, in the everyday roller coaster, I want to call it, of being a parent. So these are the things that I have. Obviously, we talked about play tablecloth and doodle cloth, that's fine. But when my kids, I remember this, when my kids were really, really little, I used to get on the floor with them and I would play trains or dolls or whatever they were playing. And then I would realize just how tired I am and my eyes would start to droop. And so I would just play with them for a little bit longer. And then I'd come up with, oh, can I be the sleeping giant that just lies on the floor here? And I'd have a sneaky, quick 5-minute power nap. And obviously I'd only just doze, because especially when they were really little, I wouldn't want to leave them unattended or anything, but I'd have them right there close by me so that they could play around me, and I could hear them. And when it got very quiet, obviously that's when I was suddenly wide awake to figure out where on earth, what are they up to, what cupboard of chocolates or whatever have they got into. But that's one that I'm sure a lot of parents do, maybe have a sneaky snooze on the floor with your kids while they play around you. What else have I done? Oh, I do my best to try and regularly have a really relaxing bath where it is just time for me, and I will go all out with lovely bath oils and candles and bath salts that smell amazing, and have a book and just chill and have some me time. I often have to wait, or I choose to wait until the kids are in bed, because otherwise I have children wanting to come and join me, or they want another cuddle or whatever, so I end up getting in and out of the bath, and that isn't relaxing at all. So I try and do it when they've gone to sleep. It always reminds me of that wonderful book, I don't know if you've read it, it's a great bedtime story book as well. It's called 5 Minutes Peace, and it's about this elephant family, and the mum basically tries to have a bath while her kids are there, and she ends up with all the children in the bath. It's a wonderful, heartwarming book. I highly recommend it. So yes. The other day, what did I do? Oh yeah, the other day my husband was at home and I went for an early evening walk around the block. It was a really beautiful summer's evening. I took my book with me and I just went to a common round the corner, and I sat and I enjoyed the breeze in my face and just people watching and just reading my book for a bit. And that was really, I think I was only there for 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, but it did me the world of good. So yeah, I love stuff like that. I also made these wonderful lavender pillows recently, sort of eye cushion things, with fabric that I had left over. I will share pictures of that in the blog as well. But basically we went to a lavender farm and we had a look at the fields, beautiful purple fields, gorgeous smells, and bought some lavender. And then I filled them into these pillows, eye cushions. And it feels like a really decadent way to be able to go to sleep and have that lovely smell in your bedroom as well. Once a week, my husband and I, so this is more about, I guess, filling our cups as a couple, try and have a nice meal together. It doesn't always work, and sometimes it's literally just some comfort food and we have a movie night together. Sometimes one of us cooks something nice, and sometimes it's a takeout. Depends really what we feel like. Obviously, sometimes it doesn't happen because we're tired and we just want to go to sleep or read our own books or whatever. But I find that, yeah, if I do make time for that, it makes a huge difference. And the final thing, yes, exercise. I guess I love swimming. I love doing sport, and so I out of the habit at the minute, but I'm trying to get back into it. Is going to a local fitness class that I absolutely love, or I go for an early morning swim, and I try and go before anybody's woken up. And it is an amazing feeling to come back into the house and everybody's slowly coming down to the breakfast table, and you've already done your exercise and you feel on top of the world, and you come back with a cup of coffee or something, and everyone is only just getting up. I love that. How do you fill your own cup? I'd love to hear from you. How do you make sure you juggle that with your partner's needs and your kids' needs? And what stage of life are you at the minute? There, have you got a newborn? Are your kids a bit older? I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email at annika@mummymadethis.co.uk, or comment on my Facebook or Instagram page, also at Mummy Made This. If you want to be part of any of my mailing lists, there's one specific to the Monday Night Conversation. It's www.mummymadethis.co.uk/Monday night, or my just normal mailing list that sends out the blog is www.mummymadethis.co.uk/mailing list. As always, let me know if you have any topic suggestions. That's all from me tonight. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you next week at 8 o'clock on a Monday night on YouTube.